Hello and welcome to the channel. Guns, Germs and Steel is the 1997 Pulitzer Prize winning book by geographer and historian Jared Diamond that is equally lauded and criticized for its subject and scope. Why? Because the book attempts to answer the very large question, why did the Western world seemingly come to dominate the world? Or, as Diamond puts it in the book, how did we acquire so much cargo? Diamond's answer lies in the title, Guns, Germs, and Steel, but also in geography. And I would argue that geography plays a larger role in his answer than the title of the book. Diamond's argument boils down to Eurasia having resources that other parts of the world did not. This allowed Europe to develop agriculture faster than other civilizations, which in turn allowed them to focus on innovating in ways that other cultures did not. Also, Diamond asserts that diseases played a large role in how the world would develop, and he's not wrong about that part. The plagues that would sweep throughout Europe, decimating their populations, meant that there was less mouths to feed, and the population could focus their resources on innovating rather than feeding people. And that's the problem that I have with this book. It's the question of determinism. He replaces this kind of exceptional determinism ideal that some people have with basically environmental determinism. Because you were closer to resources, of course, you were going to have guns. Of course, you were close to iron, so you're going to have steel. But those things didn't manifest themselves out of thin air. Nobody was destined to invent these things. It did take innovation to create these things, and he completely disregards things like religion, cultural norms, and other political considerations that possibly could have made these advancements possible. That's not to say that this book is not worth a read. It is very interesting. Uh, the parts about the book about like agriculture and domestication of certain animals was very interesting, and I think there's a lot of truth in that. He just completely disregards things, like I said, like religion and cultural norms that I feel are also important to this discussion of why the Western world came to seemingly dominate the world. The other thing that he doesn't really kind of discuss is with the book is the problem that a lot of books fall into that try to discuss the history of everything is that it makes broad generalizations of hundreds of years of history that require nuance, in my opinion, that he just does not do. He also cherry picks things that he talks about and completely disregards or ignores other parts of history that may fly in the face of his argument. So, like I said, the book is still worth a read. It's still interesting. I applaud what it's trying to do. It doesn't, honestly, doesn't do it very well. Um, and anytime that you have a history, uh, you have a book that discusses the history of civilization at large, it's just going to omit large chunks of history that are very important to discuss. So, but anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you like this video. Please consider liking and subscribing it, and I'll see you later.